Welcome back to Whiskey Neckport. I'm Zach.
And I'm John.
We're in the Rick House today talking about some Christmas and holiday bottles for you to bring to share with your family. So we're going to jump right in. We are going to be talking about our choices for bottles that we're going to be bringing to our Christmas or holiday celebrations this year. So what we've done is we've split it up. So my list is going to be bottles that you should be able to find pretty easily just at your local liquor store, ABC store, you know, wherever you live. John's list.
Our list is going to be a little harder. So some of you guys are going to be like able to find this, some of you are not. Some of you are going to have to go on the love secondary market and get these. But either way, we're going to get you covered and we're going to jump right into this.
Okay, so the guidelines for how we did these. Bottle one has to be $30 or less.
MSRP.
MSRP, thank you. So retail price, $30 or less. Bottle 2 has to be between 30 to 60. Bottle 3 is going to be 60 to 90. And bottle 4 is unicorn. So 90 or above.
Bottle 4 is like, hey, if you can get it and you can bring it, this is the one.
Yep. So, jumping right in, the first bottle that I have on my obtainable list that you should be able to find, the tried and true Wild Turkey 101, which is actually what I'm sipping on right now.
I just love this bottle.
So the reason this is going to start our list off is because when you're getting together with family and friends over the holidays, over Christmas, not everybody is going to be super into whiskey and bourbon and stuff like that. This is a great bottle if you need a mixer for drinks, if someone wants to kind of dip their toes into the bourbon world and kind of see. This has a lot of good sort of classic bourbon notes on it that a lot of people seek when they're looking at good bourbons.
Yeah.
For me, there's a lot of good barrel notes on it, a lot of good like vanilla caramel. The bite from the alcohol isn't too bad, and the proof at 101 is going to hold up well in cocktails. So this is really just sort of like your Swiss Army Man sort of bourbon when you're bringing it to a holiday dinner. Or I'm sorry, a holiday get-together.
Yeah, and speaking of vanilla and caramel, I think that's going to be kind of the theme of like holiday / Christmas, like what we're going for here. So for me, I went with Weller, Special Reserve. I don't think you can go wrong with this. I mean, we're right at that 90 proof. It's a perfect point to kind of get somebody into whiskey that may be into it, may not be into it, but each category I think can blend very well in this one. And what I really like about it is the tasting notes on this, it's just super smooth. But you do pick up a little bit of vanilla. You do pick up like those holiday flavors.
Because it's a wheated bourbon, this is going to have some of those sort of sweeter, I guess more sort of generally accepted bourbon notes on it that people enjoy. Because it's an entry-level wheater, can't go wrong.
So another cool fact about this bottle is during the the World Whiskey Review, I thought it was really interesting. This bottle ranked number 8.
Yeah.
So like out of all the bottle reviews, like this was up there. And I think it speaks volumes about it. It's just a very approachable whiskey, and you're not going to have a bad time drinking it.
The retail on this, if you can find it, is like $26.
Yeah, so for all the guys out in like the Midwest or like right around that Texas area, man, you guys walk in, you buy this right off the shelf. For us, it's not happening.
You have to wait in line. Well, not anymore because they did away with that. But last year, people were waiting in line for a couple of hours for a bottle of
Special Reserve. I mean, like, I hate to say it, man. Like, this is probably one of the best bottles on the secondary for the price point. I mean, you can snag this bottle all day for $50, and like, you're not gonna. I'm not mad when I snag one for $50.
Yeah,
just not.
Yep. So, category 2 for us.
Woo! We're warming up.
The 30 to 60, right? This one, we have talked about it before many times. One of my personal favorites because you really you can't go wrong with it. This is the Four Roses single barrel. So retail coming in, I don't know if I covered this, but the retail on the Four Roses single barrel is going to be around $45. This one's coming in around $26, $27.
Yeah.
For this bottle, this is a cinnamon explosion all day long for me. It's a high rye mash bill, so it's going to have some good sort of rye spices notes on it, but cinnamon.
So it's funny, like we ran a thing where we were like, hey, if we each had what was it, 60 or below?
It was, so the video we shot, it was the best bourbons under 50.
We both grabbed this bottle.
Yeah.
Like, it's a hidden gem.
Yeah. This is really one of those bottles that in most places should be readily available, and you really can't go wrong. This is a very high quality bourbon for under $50. And it's also the reason why this is on my list to bring for a holiday celebration is because this is like a step up. You know, it's a single barrel. The expressions are all going to be different, supposedly from bottle to bottle, from barrel to barrel. So if you have family or friends you're kind of getting together with, whether they're a bourbon fan already or not, this is going to be a good one to kind of bring, because it just covers...
Oh, it covers so many categories, but like you guys can actually try it and then try to pick out, like, did that barrel have a little bit of something different than the other barrel? Like, you just have fun with it. I struggled with this next category just at that price point. So, allocated, not allocated, excuse me, depending on where you live. I gotta say, like, if you can walk in and get a 1792 full proof, like, this is a great bottle to bring.
What's the retail on that?
$59.99.
Okay, so right up at the top of that category, that's $60 right
We're
there.
right at the 60 mark. But what I love about this bottle, it is a true expression of what 1792 is doing.
Yep.
This is 125 proof. This is spicy, it's hot, but like you can get some vanilla and caramel notes out of the wood in this bottle for that price point.
Yeah.
And it only gets better when they start doing store picks and everything else. Like, this is kind of one for us where we live, where like, hey, you're probably not going to get this.
No, this is either going to be a lottery item for us or an allocated drop, which if you don't live in Virginia, don't even worry about that mess because it's baloney. But on the nose, for me, this is just vanilla cream all day long.
This is kind of something that, like, I kind of see two parts. Before everyone shows up, I'm going to have me a nice glass of this because of the proof.
Coming in at 125.
Whew, she's a little hot. But I actually like this one for, like, you know, after dinner, maybe it's a little cigar time. We're going to go sit outside in, like, 30-degree weather. Yeah, I'm going to need something.
You need a little something high proof to take the edge off of that cold.
It's going to carry me through, and I just don't think you can go wrong bringing this to your holiday party.
I mean, regardless of the proof, this is a bottle that's an experience in itself because the proof is a little bit higher. The flavors on it are just incredible, right?
For the proof, I think the flavor really comes through.
And if the proof is something that's scaring away family and friends, you know, this isn't necessarily for me or for us, but like take a couple of drops of water it down a little bit. It really brings out some of those flavors. You can pour it over some ice.
You could do this one neat and be happy with it.
Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely. So category 3.
I'm really, really interested in what you're going to bring out for category 3.
Category 3 was tough. The $60 to $90 range is hard because there's things that are in that category. I don't think we usually buy in that category range though, because a lot of what it is like I don't want to say like gimmicky, but like you get a lot of those like...
You nailed gimmicky. You did.
There's very few bourbons that I would say are worth spending $60 to $90 on.
Especially when this lineup is under $60.
Yeah. So this bottle, clear front runner, like hands down, without question. This was easy, right? A little bit of Penelope, cast strength 4 grain.
I cannot agree more with you on this one.
So here is what I'll say with this. Here in Virginia, tough to find. Outside of Virginia, plentiful.
Yeah.
Right? This is coming in, it's a little hot, I think. About 116 proof. It's coming in at 115.8. 4 grain, so it's corn, rye, wheat, and malted barley, and barrel strength. So it is bottled at what it was at in the barrel. For me, so let's talk about retail for a second. I think I paid $70 for this, and then I had to go pick it up, which was a little frustrating. So, you know, whatever. But around $70 for retail. A lot of good, like, dark cherry notes. A lot of good barrel notes, too. Like, this is a really great barrel strength or, like, cask strength bourbon.
Here's the downside of this bottle.
Okay.
So, Penelope as a whole, hasn't quite gotten the hype in the bourbon community.
Ooh.
It's there now. It's here. Everyone knows they're doing some incredible stuff through MGP. Now they're distilling on their own. This is going to make its way over here shortly.
Oh, absolutely. There's already Penelope products that probably fall, like the Penelope Architect series. That's allocated all day long.
Yeah.
You can't find that online, and if you do, it's really overpriced. This was a steal, and I understand that this is a tough one. Like I said, the 60 to 90 category was tough for us.
It is.
Something that would fall into that as an alternative might be like a Russell's Reserve single barrel.
Yeah.
It's about $65,
but it just doesn't hang with that bottle, man.
it doesn't. This is something else.
Out of our entire lineup so far, like that would be the one I'd want.
Yeah. So friends and family should enjoy this if this is something you can find if you want to bring.
So I'm going to hit you hard where it counts for allocated. Because there are a lot of allocated bottles at this MSRP, but here's the problem. We are too conditioned to going with the guys that are stable in our industry.
So rather than going with a big name, you're picking a local.
So I really think that like we are missing the boat in the bourbon community. Like we all go on the secondary market, we're grabbing this stuff. Maybe not anything here, maybe here, but we're going after this stuff. And the truth is, at this price point, if you really want to talk about allocated, limited, and like really special, go in your backyard. Like I was shocked the other day when I googled how many distillers are doing whiskey in like where we live.
Yeah,
it was like 14. I couldn't believe it. And the thing is, like we were really lucky from Ragged Branch.
Shout out to Chris for making that happen, and we do appreciate you.
100%, man. Like you were able to grab this. This is a one-off where they took local honey from a farm near them. Mm-hmm. They coated the barrel, and then they aged what they're doing. And like if anybody else was doing this, like if you had Jack Daniels doing this or Blanton's, Blanton's honey barrel, like you know what that goes for. You're talking $500, $600, $700, and the truth is, like in your backyard, if you want to impress that bougie uncle, that bougie family member that acts like they got money, man, like mess them up. Bring something that they can't buy. They can't get that.
So this is just to clarify the Ragged Branch Honey Barrel. It's hot.
It's
right?
super hot, man. It's hot as hell.
This is coming in at 128.94 proof.
And it drinks that way.
This bottle holds a little bit of a special place because this is something we actually opened up. One of our buddy, our producer, our hype man, editor in chief, Micah. We opened this at his wedding. Just about blew the socks off of everybody in the room.
I think we started a little too spicy.
It was. I didn't remember it being that hot, but like it drinks hot, but it's got such an intense honey flavor.
It is like so honey in your face, like it's like bam. But I really do think this is like we need to focus on like instead of focusing always on allocated bottles, like you can get something that is like truly like kind of a one-off. That like honestly, like if anybody else is doing this, like. If these guys were doing it, you would pay $500-$600 to have it, and you would say it's the best thing you've ever tried.
Yeah. So if you are, if you're going to a get together with family friends during the holidays, you're looking for something that is going to be like you have an uncle or a cousin or somebody who's a big bourbon whiskey person. Bring something local. It doesn't necessarily have to be that one, but find a distiller in your area. Go grab a bottle from their distillery and bring that, because 9 times out of 10, that uncle, cousin, family member, whoever it is, probably hasn't had it.
Never heard of it, never tried it, but you can find some really cool stuff in your backyard.
Yeah. So Ragged Branch for us is about 45 minutes. They're doing cool things. We enjoy a lot of their stuff.
Yeah.
They're definitely on our list. So if you're in the Virginia, the Richmond area, go check out Ragged Branch. So not allocated, 90 plus.
That's tough.
Had to pick something that was going to be kind of appealing to a lot of people, right? When you start looking at 90 plus, you're looking at a higher age statement, right? So something that's going to be, 10, 12, 14 years. Went a little bit higher than that on this one. And not something I would usually choose either. This is usually like your go-to. But we're going Canadian. Our friends up north, eh? So, Crown Royal 18 is the go-to. I think this retails at about $1.50. It's findable. And when I say findable, when we go to ABC stores in the Richmond area here in Virginia, there's a bottle or two.
It's chilling there. And I will tell you, for like an 18-year aged whiskey, dog, I don't think I've had anything that smooth.
Yeah.
It's super smooth.
So the reason this made the list is because it's at a lower proof. I want to say it's like 83.
It's nothing crazy. Super approachable.
No, sorry, it's 80. 80 proof even, right? So at the very floor for what is able to be, proofed for whiskey. This has like that Crown Royal profile. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's kind of earthy, florally.
Yeah.
Really easy to sip on. So like if you have family and friends that are coming over and they want like a nice after dinner pour, something that's special and kind of higher end, this is going to check those boxes for them because it's been in a barrel for 18 years. The presentation on it's beautiful. They've got, obviously this bottle, but
oh yeah,
this nice box, right? With
it's a wow factor.
It's a wow factor, right? So if you're really trying to impress some friends and family, go grab a bottle of this.
Well, what's cool about it too is the bag that Crown Royal always produces. Like this is like seriously like a nicer bag with the logo, everything. Yep. Like they went the extra step on it.
Oh yeah.
So this was tough because like I could have gone with anything here for like the ultimate bottle what to bring to Christmas. And like, look, like if you have the BTAC lineup, if you have like a Pappy 23, a Pappy 15, like, cool. Like, that is a great bottle to bring to Christmas. However, at any bottle, like, I truly get my hands on, I will say this is the one, and some people are going to laugh, but, guys, Dram is straight fire. Like, this is the bottle that if I am at Christmas or the holidays and I am spending time with family and friends and everything, this is the bottle I want to drink. Like, my wife does not drink bourbon and she does not support what we've done here. But when I told her I got one of these, she said, let me know when you open it. I want to try it. I just think out of the allocated bottles that you get your hands on, everything else, like these guys are doing something absolutely incredible. And it is such a great holiday bottle because you get the fruit notes, you just get the caramel, the sweet, but the fruit notes on this are so intense. It's finished in a port barrel. I'm not a port drinker. This works.
Yeah, it's got, so the finishing in the port barrel, I think what it does is really kind of provides this weird balance to it, right? Because it takes some of those more intense, like bourbon notes, and it just muffles them down a little bit. So that way you get something that's really, really approachable, especially for new people, right? So this, I think, is a good call as far as bringing it to a celebration for friends and family who aren't into like bourbons and whiskeys and they don't know a lot about finished products. That's a good one to have them try.
It's super good. And like what's crazy about it is like this is not unobtainable for secondary market.
It's also, if you live in a state that's not ABC controlled, this is probably going to be more findable.
Yeah, so
than
like
a lot of things.
MSRP maybe like 110, 115.
Yeah.
Secondary 2+.
Yeah.
But at 2+, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a buyer.
Yep.
100%.
So these are the lists that we've compiled for, our recommendations for people to bring to a Christmas or a holiday celebration. You've got your obtainable bottles over here, and then you've got your not so easily findable bottles over here.
You're gonna put some work in, but you're gonna be happy you did it.
If you agree, or if you think there's a bottle we should have included, make sure you leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We do appreciate any love that people are willing to throw our way. We hope that everybody has a wonderful holiday season this year, and we will see everybody in a couple of weeks.
But before we say Tater Nation out, I will say, out of the entire year, the one thing that I love about like this channel and what we're doing is we're opening bottles.
Oh yeah.
So guys, like if you're holding on to that one bottle for like that special moment, like you've already found it. It's the holidays, you're with your family and friends. stop holding on to that bottle, crack that bottle open, and enjoy it, because at the end of the day, that's what this is really about.
Absolutely. It's creating memories and stories and things behind these bottles, right? The honey barrel bottle from Ragged Branch is always going to have a special place for us because that was something we opened at Monkey's Wedding.
That's it. And like, you know, you can have them on the wall, you can have them in your collection, but if you're not trying them, guys, like, what's the point? So crack them if you got them. We'll see you next week. Tater
Happy
Nation.
holidays.
Ho, 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 ho.
All right.